Hello, and thank you for joining us for our final presentation in the course Assessment of Human and Organizational Learning with Professor Ji Shen. We are part of a cohort of students who are taking the course in spring 2025 as part of a doctoral program in Applied Learning Sciences at the University of Miami. Our research team, Daniel Ramirez, Jerome Johnson, and Barry Shadle, has conducted an evaluation of Prodigy Math, a widely used online learning platform designed to enhance students' mathematical skills through game-based learning. In this presentation, we will examine the effectiveness of Prodigy Math by analyzing its impact on student engagement and learning outcomes. Drawing from both qualitative and quantitative data, we aim to provide insights into how digital game-based learning tools can support mathematics education. We look forward to sharing our findings and engaging in discussion about the role of adaptive learning technologies in the modern classroom. The Prodigy Math platform is a web-based learning tool designed to support student education in math and English. We specifically examined its use in a fifth-grade classroom of 20 public school students. One of the authors of this evaluation is their teacher. The students in this class are Hispanic, representing diverse cultural backgrounds and varying levels of proficiency in both English and Spanish. Their mathematical language skills are still emerging, and they demonstrate a range of abilities in math. Socioeconomic backgrounds also vary. Some students have access to academic support and resources at home, while others may have limited assistance. Additionally, this is a dual-language classroom, where instruction integrates both English and Spanish to support bilingual learning. The evaluation took place over a 4-week period, during which students used Prodigy to focus on a module covering addition and subtraction of fractions. Prodigy's approach to learning is game-based, designed to make education engaging, adaptive, and insightful. The platform is free for both educators and students and claims to be fully aligned with state standards, covering grades 1 through 8 in math and grades 1 through 6 in English. Parents also have access to a dashboard where they can track their child's progress through activity reports. For educators, Prodigy serves as a supplemental instructional tool, providing curriculum-aligned math questions that adapt to students' individual progress. Teachers can analyze student performance data to tailor instruction and address specific skill gaps. According to Prodigy, as students play the Prodigy Math game, curriculum-aligned math questions adapt to match their individual progress, creating an engaging experience while reinforcing grade-level math skills. To enhance learning, Prodigy incorporates techniques like chunking and scaffolding, supporting both fluency in basic concepts and the application of acquired knowledge. The platform adapts curriculum-aligned math questions to match each student's progress, helping them practice key grade-level skills within an interactive game environment. For educators, Prodigy serves as a supplemental tool, allowing teachers to align and differentiate instruction based on student performance data. This enables personalized learning, helping teachers address individual student needs and improve targeted skills. The evaluation of the Prodigy Math platform aims to determine its effectiveness in improving students' proficiency in fractions, specifically addressing the Washington State Common Core standards. The study focused on a fifth-grade class of 20 public school students over a 4-week period, during which they utilized Prodigy's module on addition and subtraction of fractions. One of the authors of this evaluation is the teacher of that classroom. Again, the purpose of evaluating the Prodigy Math platform is to determine its effectiveness in improving students' proficiency in fractions. Our inputs for this logic model are Daniel as the teacher and the Prodigy platform system. Our outputs are labeled as activities and participation. All the activities are produced and facilitated from Daniel in program prep in how to use Prodigy, giving all the associated tests and Daniel gradings tracking all these items. All the participation items are from students taking the tests, taking the module's assignments, engagements, and provide survey feedback at end of 4-week instruction evaluation block. Outcomes are tagged as short-term, medium, and long-term. the short-term outcomes of wanting to get students having increased engagement in math lessons, but onto potentially other subjects. The extra math activities ought to have students gain an improved understanding in fractions, have a personal connection that math is not a fearful subject, and Daniel has that immediate feedback/data on his students to differentiate instruction accordingly. Another outcome goal that may be achieved is having students prolong that positive attitude in academics or social aspects in life, from committing to modules in platform that may increase competitiveness in students and connection as a team/community to see their achievements. Daniel can also take lessons learned from this first class into the next academic year to use those best practices of implementing Prodigy differently or differentiate instruction accordingly. Lastly, the long-term effects may translate to having students improve their communication skills and take that positive momentum further into other academic or social aspects of their life. In our evaluation of Prodigy Math, we collected both quantitative and qualitative data to assess its impact on student learning. For the quantitative analysis, we used pre- and post-program test scores based on Common Core fraction standards. Each test consisted of 15 identical questions, allowing us to track student progress. In addition, students completed weekly assignments, 15 fraction-focused questions per week, spending approximately 15 minutes a day, 4 days a week, on the platform. We also gathered student ratings as part of our quantitative data. Students rated how helpful they found Prodigy Math for improving their fraction skills on a 1 to 5 scale. While this is a subjective measure, it provides quantifiable insights into their perceived learning experience. For the qualitative analysis, students reflected on their learning experiences using Prodigy Math through a survey administered via Microsoft Forms. This allowed us to collect open-ended responses on their engagement and challenges with the platform. By combining these data points, our evaluation aims to provide a comprehensive understanding of Prodigy Math's effectiveness in supporting student learning. In addition to overall test performance, we implemented weekly performance tracking to monitor student progress over time. Using descriptive statistical methods, we analyzed student performance on weekly assignments, which consisted of fraction-based exercises. This approach helped us identify learning trends, areas of skill growth, and potential struggles that required additional support. By examining performance data week by week, we gained deeper insight into how students engaged with the platform and whether they demonstrated consistent improvement. To complement the numerical data, we conducted a qualitative analysis by gathering student reflections and feedback through surveys administered via Microsoft Forms. We applied hermeneutic thematic analysis to categorize responses into key themes, such as student engagement and perceived helpfulness of the platform. This method allowed us to capture valuable insights beyond test scores, offering a more comprehensive understanding of how students experienced the program. By identifying recurring themes in student feedback, we gained a clearer picture of Prodigy Math's motivational impact, usability, and overall effectiveness in supporting student learning. By integrating both quantitative and qualitative data, our evaluation provides a balanced and holistic understanding of Prodigy Math's impact. The combination of statistical performance analysis and thematic insights allows us to assess not only measurable learning outcomes, but also the personal experiences and perceptions of students. This dual approach ensures that our findings reflect both the objective effectiveness of the platform and the subjective experiences of the learners who use it. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the key findings. The pre- and post-test scores reveal a significant improvement in student performance. On average, students saw an increase of 30 percentage points. The pre-test average across 20 students was 39.7%, which increased to 69.8% on the post-test. Overall, we observed a collective improvement in scores, with some standout cases. One particularly notable example is a student who started with a 6% score on the pre-test and made an impressive jump to 93% on the post-test. However, not all students showed progress. 3 students experienced a decline in their post-test scores. While the specific reasons are uncertain, these decreases may be more influenced by social or personal factors rather than academic challenges. Additionally, when looking at students with the lowest initial scores, we identified a key pattern. 3 of the 4 students who started between 6% and 33% are newcomers to the U.S. education system. These students also have very limited English language skills, which may have impacted their performance on both the pre- and post-tests. It is likely that overall, the platform is having a positive impact on proficiency. However, to make that claim more supportable, it would require repeating the experiment to see if the data was reliable, and also develop a better way to isolate the influence of the platform from other teaching activities in the same area to strengthen the validity of that claim. These findings were helpful as an initial exercise in evaluation of the Prodigy platform, while also highlighting areas where additional language support may be beneficial. Now, let's take a look at some additional observations from our evaluation. One of the most noticeable impacts of Prodigy Math was on student engagement and motivation. The platform's interactive, game-based approach played a key role in keeping students actively involved in the learning process. Many students were eager to participate and even requested extra time on the platform. The fantasy role-playing elements further enhanced their interest, making learning feel more like an exciting challenge rather than just another assignment. Beyond engagement, as mentioned already, we saw an improvement in proficiency scores based on the class average over the 4-week period. The majority of students demonstrated measurable growth, with pre- and post-assessment data showing significant proficiency increases in the 2 Washington State standards we evaluated. Another significant factor for student success is teacher involvement. The platform's built-in tracking tools and customizable content enabled the teacher to monitor student progress and identify areas where extra support was needed. These features proved valuable in providing targeted interventions. Additionally, curriculum alignment played an important role. However, one challenge we identified involved newcomer students with limited English proficiency. 2 students who scored below 70% faced language barriers that impacted their ability to fully engage with the platform. Since questions and instructions are presented in English, their understanding of both the content and the test questions was affected. In fact, one newcomer student specifically reflected that the platform was somewhat unhelpful due to these limitations. Overall, while Prodigy Math effectively supports learning and keeps students engaged, our findings highlight the importance of language accessibility for students who may struggle with English as a second language. As a team, we have several key recommendations based on our findings. First, we recommend other evaluators or researchers repeating this experiment in similar 5th-grade math classrooms across Washington State. Doing so would help test the reliability of our findings and determine whether the observed improvements hold across different student populations. Additionally, tracking the program's influence over a longer period of time, beyond just 4 weeks, could provide a clearer picture of its long-term impact. Future evaluations should also consider isolating the specific influence of Prodigy Math from other external factors that may contribute to student growth. Since Prodigy is a supplemental tool, students are simultaneously receiving regular classroom instruction, and some may also have access to tutoring, increased practice, or other learning supports. Understanding how these factors interact will help refine the program's measured effectiveness. One of the strongest aspects of Prodigy Math is its ability to engage and motivate students in ways that traditional instruction may not. To build on this strength, the adaptive features of the platform could be further refined to make learning even more personalized based on each student's proficiency level. AI-driven enhancements could improve this adaptability, ensuring that students receive more targeted learning experiences. Another important recommendation is the need for multilingual support, particularly for native Spanish-speaking students. Many regions in the U.S. have large immigrant populations, and language barriers can hinder both engagement and performance. Ideally, the platform would offer content and instructions in Spanish, allowing students with limited English proficiency to fully participate in the learning experience. Our evaluation shows Prodigy Math effectively improves student engagement and fraction proficiency. While most students showed growth, challenges like language barriers highlight areas for improvement. Enhancing adaptive learning, multilingual support, and evaluation periods can maximize its impact, making Prodigy Math an even stronger tool for student success.